The studio lights dim slightly as the camera opens on the anchor seated at the desk. A large screen behind her showing a black and white image of Diane Keaton smiling beneath her signature hat. The anchor's voice carries a calm solemnity. Good evening. Tonight, Hollywood and the world remember one of its most distinctive and beloved figures. Oscar-winning actress Diane Keaton, known for her sharp wit, offbeat charm, and unforgettable performances in Annie Hall and The Godfather, has died at the age of 79. Multiple sources, including the Associated Press, confirm her passing early Saturday morning at her Los Angeles home. The broadcast transitions into a soft montage, clips from Annie Hall, her laugh echoing, Keaton's elegant walk down a red carpet, a behind-the-scenes shot of her directing Unstrung Heroes. The anchor's voice continues in narration. For more than 5 decades, Diane Keaton redefined what it meant to be a leading lady. She was eccentric, yet graceful, funny, yet fiercely intelligent, an artist who never tried to fit into anyone's mold but her own. The scene cuts to an interview set, a warm, softly lit space adorned with photos from Keaton's career. Sitting opposite the anchor is film critic and historian Maria Lynn. The anchor begins. Maria Diane Keaton was often described as one of a kind. From your perspective, what made her stand out so profoundly in American cinema? Maria smiles sadly, folding her hands. She was entirely herself, she begins. In Annie Hall, she gave us a woman who was both awkward and radiant. That wasn't an act, it was Diane. She turned vulnerability into strength. She showed audiences that intelligence and quirkiness could be magnetic. She made authenticity glamorous. As Maria speaks, the screen fills with archival footage of Keaton on talk shows, her infectious laugh filling the studio, her trademark hats and tailored suits instantly recognizable. The anchor's voice interjects softly. Born Diane Hall in Los Angeles in 1946, she adopted her mother's maiden name, Keaton, as a tribute to the woman who inspired her creativity. Her rise to stardom began on Broadway before Woody Allen cast her in Play It Again, a collaboration that would lead to her defining role in Annie Hall, for which she won the Academy Award for Best Actress. The camera cuts to another guest, film historian Dr. Robert Chang, who joins via video link from New York. The anchor asks. Dr. Chang, beyond her performances, Keaton's influence reached into culture and style. How did she shape the image of women in film? Dr. Chang nods thoughtfully. Diane Keaton revolutionized the idea of feminine style. Those wide ties, the vests, the hats, they weren't costumes, they were extensions of her personality. She made it okay for women to dress and behave in ways that expressed individuality. On screen, she resisted the typical romantic mold. She could be eccentric and still desirable, funny yet profound. She embodied freedom. The broadcast fades briefly to a quieter tone. The anchor's narration returns. Over the decades, Keaton's career spanned from dramatic epics like The Godfather to family favorites such as Father of the Bride and Something's Gotta Give. Her ability to shift from heartbreak to humor made her beloved across generations. She once said in an interview, "I don't live a conventional life, and I never wanted one." That spirit defined both her art and her presence in Hollywood. Cutting back to Maria Lynn, the anchor asks, "We're hearing that the news of her death came as a shock even to close friends. What do we know about her final months?" Maria nods gently. "It's true. Those close to her said she had been in declining health recently but kept it private." Diane was intensely independent. She was still working on creative projects, still photographing, still writing. She never stopped observing the world with that sharp eye of hers. The screen now shows tributes posted by fellow actors. Bette Midler calling her a complete original. Steve Martin writing that no one could make awkwardness look so elegant, and co-stars from the First Wives Club sharing memories of her humor on set. The anchor reflects, across Hollywood tonight, colleagues remember a woman who lit up every room, not through glamour alone, but through the ease with which she made everyone laugh. Dr. Chang adds, her influence wasn't just cinematic. She was also an accomplished photographer and author. She documented architecture, wrote about aging, and explored creativity from every angle. She never stopped being curious. The interview transitions into a final reflective segment. The anchor leans forward slightly. "Maria, as someone who's studied her work for years, how would you summarize Diane Keaton's legacy?" Maria takes a breath, eyes glistening. Diane gave women permission to be complicated. She didn't conform, didn't apologize, and that liberated so many others. Her characters were mirrors. They reflected back the beautiful messiahs of being human. She taught us that eccentricity isn't a flaw, it's a form of truth. The music swells as the anchor closes the segment. Diane Keaton is survived by her 2 adopted children, Dexter and Duke. Her family has requested privacy as they grieve. Tonight, the industry she helped define remembers not just a star, but a spirit, the La-Dee-Da dame of Hollywood, whose laughter, wit, and warmth will echo for generations to come. The screen fades once more to a slow montage. Keaton dancing playfully in Annie Hall, hugging Al Pacino in The Godfather, walking alone through a golden California vineyard. Her voice is heard faintly from an old interview. You can't control life, you can only celebrate it. The anchor's final words linger softly, and celebrate her, we will. Diane Keaton, 1946 to 2025. Thank you for reminding us to live out loud and always. To find joy in the La-Dee-Da.